The turnout rate has been higher than in past by-elections. As of 6:30 this evening, 237,19 voters cast their ballots. That's a turnout rate of around 38%, shown by the brown bar here. The figure is around 3.5 percentage points lower than in the 2004 LegCo election. But analysts are projecting a final turnout rate of over 50%, which they say is high for a by-election. The 97 polling stations will stay open until 10:30 this evening. Now, two of our reporters are at different parts of Hong Kong Island to tell us about how voting there has been going so far. First, we go to Emma Jones, who's at Sai Wan Ho, a stronghold of the Democratic faction. Over to you, Emma.
Well, good evening, Rahina. Yes, I've been here at the Sai Wan Ho polling station for most of the afternoon. Now, we haven't seen any large crowds in particular. It's just been more of a steady stream of voters coming along here to cast their vote. Now, the latest figure on that, as of 6:30 this evening, there were some 2,047 people who came along here to cast their vote. They're telling us an average of around 200 people have been turning up every hour. So not a bad turnout really at all, considering the total number of registered voters here around 4,000. Now, of the front runners in this campaign, former Chief Secretary for Administration Anson Chan has largely been leading in all of the polls up until now. But she's got the backing of the Pan Democrats, and she's being perceived largely as the candidate for universal suffrage in 2012. But the Pan Democrats took an absolute hammering in the district council elections just a couple of weeks ago. So they're really looking to secure a win here tonight in a bid to boost party confidence. Now, my colleague Mona Lam is standing by at a polling station in North Point. Mona Lam, what's the latest from there?
Hi, Emma. By 7:30 p.m., 6,192 voters have already voted at this polling station. Well, since there are around 14,000 registered voters at this station, it probably means around 44% of them have already cast their ballots here. According to the latest poll results done by the Leineng University, the margin between Anson Chan and Regina Ip has narrowed to about 9%. And since this station is one of the DAB strongholds, the party's followers are just hoping their supporters would come out to vote to show their support for Regina today. It's kind of quiet here at the moment, but more voters are expected to show after dinner, since voting will be closed at 10:30 p.m. All the polling stations would then be turned into counting stations, and the preliminary results of the election will be released at 1 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. The final results of the election are expected to be out at around 4 a.m. That's all from me here at North Point. Back to the studio.
All right, thanks, Mona Lam, live at North Point. There have been some last-minute lobbying efforts throughout the day by the 8 candidates in today's LegCo by-election. Although opinion polls suggest that the 2 former government officials are ahead, the other 6 are putting every effort to woo voters to the end. Jenny Lam reports.
2 rival political camps confront each other in Happy Valley. There was a lot of shouting as to who was in the wrong, and one man fell to the ground accusing the other side of violence. Such was the atmosphere in the intense competition for the LegCo Hong Kong Island seat currently up for grabs. It is a moment of truth, and the Pan Democrats are out in force today to rally for former Chief Secretary for Administration Anson Chan. The Democratic camp did not do well in last month's district council election, and today they are saying every vote counts. I believe the higher the turnout rate, the greater my chances of winning. I believe the people of Hong Kong treasure our core values, and every vote is a determining vote, Chan says. Democracy is not a monopoly, Regina Ip and her supporters from the Democratic Alliance for the Betterment and Progress of Hong Kong chanted. Although opinion polls show so far she is lagging behind Anson Chan, she remains confident of a victory.
It is understandable that Mrs. Chan has a lead over me, but I will still try my best to go after every poll.
Why is it understandable that she's a lead over you?
Oh, she was a more senior government official for a much longer time.
Minor scuffle in Tai Kung Sheng when the chairman of the League of Social Democrats, Wong Yuk Man, tried to stop Regina Ip's team. He was protesting against her participation in the polls. Cecilia Ling, meanwhile, was not wasting any time for some last-minute lobbying. She was out handing leaflets to passers-by again as soon as she had cast the ballot herself. She said it's all about taking part. Winning or losing, she believes, is secondary.
Even
if I lose, this is good training for me to find out how I can serve the people in future, she says. Give me 5 is Stanley Chang's slogan for the day. That is his number on the ballot paper. The transport workers' representatives set off from Siu Sai Wan to drum up support. I think voters made up their minds before today, and the lobbying is just a way of building up the atmosphere, he says. Lau Yuk-shing, meanwhile, had his own small convoy of vehicles to travel around the constituency. He pledges that no matter what the outcome is, he is devoted to serving the people. I want to let the people of Hong Kong to get to know me through this election and know that I'm here to fight for universal suffrage for them, he says. Solicitor Jimmy Xu swapped his traditional Chinese cheongsam for a more casual look today. He and his supporters performed what he called a bull dance. It is supposed to be a modern interpretation of an ancient ritual symbolizing his platform, that is, guarantee for jobs and a decent standard of living. Most of my supporters tend to be older and they are unlikely to be included in any public opinion poll. Yet they might all be mobilized today, giving me more than 100,000 votes, he was hoping. Lee Wing-kin, who remains the lone lobbyist for his cause even on polling day, is still confident of a winning chance. It is not like a football match where a 5-0 score means definite victory. It is still an unknown factor, so I'm going to put in my effort till the end, he says. He thinks many of the undecided and rebel votes may go in his favour. Ho Loi and her supporters continue to hand out leaflets at street corners. Her posters lay out her conservationist platform. I'm very confident of the number of votes I can muster. Even if I don't win, I think I will have the highest number of votes among the newcomers, she says. Even if she is not victorious today, this might just be Ho Loi's major step into Hong Kong's political arena. She is already planning on a comeback in the next Legislative Council election. Jenny Lam, TVB.